Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Chattin with CHAP, and I am your host, Ginger Wade. I'm back with you live today. It doesn't always happen, but I do have a number of lives planned for the coming months, so I'm excited to be back here with you live. Today, we are going to be talking about what CHAP is. There's so many of you who are new to homeschooling. We had so many new homeschoolers at the convention this year, and so many new subscribers on YouTube and stuff, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about CHAP and what CHAP is today so y'all know. So it's interesting. CHAP stands for the Christian Homeschool Association of Pennsylvania, and we serve the entire state and even some folks that are outside of this state. We have folks that listen to us from other areas of the world too, which is really great. It's really fun. So one of the most interesting questions that comes in to us, and it happens pretty frequently, is, are you a school and can I sign my kid up for your school? So I guess when folks are looking into alternative schooling options, they think that they can sign their kids up for some other school and that will be homeschool. Well, it's not the definition of homeschool. We'll get into that in a different episode. So today we're just going to talk about CHAP and what CHAP is. So CHAP is not a school. CHAP is a support organization. So we are here to provide you with the support you need in order to homeschool your children successfully, to feel equipped and connected and encouraged. So let's go through some things about CHAP. So our purpose is to help and guide you guys as you train your children to follow Christ in all of life. And this is actually not just for the kids, it's for the parents too. We're looking for multiple generations here following Christ in all of life. So that is the purpose. That's why we exist. Our heart is all about Jesus and loving Jesus and getting to know him and growing together in him. So in our mission, you probably heard this a lot, and if you were at convention, you saw it in our little blue logo. Our mission is to encourage, connect, equip, and to protect homeschoolers in the state of Pennsylvania and even beyond the borders of our state in their homeschooling journey. So you may wonder, where do we physically exist? Do we have an office? We do not have an office. We used to have an office at one time, but our volunteers are spread so far and wide throughout the state, it really didn't make sense to have a localized office anymore. We do have a mailing address, 610 Lansdale Street in Marysville, and that is where our bookkeeper is, who takes care of things for us and gets our physical mail. So we don't have a physical address. chaponline.com. You can get information about our mailing address and stuff like that there too. So we are all over the state. Like I said, we have volunteers in the Pittsburgh area, up near Scranton area, in central PA here. We have folks out towards Philly and Jersey. We have volunteers who live in New Jersey who volunteer with CHAP, which you would know if you watch Rose Resource Room. And our bilingual gals, one of them is in, I want to say Phoenixville, but that might not be right. And the other is in Delaware. So we are kind of all over the place, supporting homeschoolers all over, because that is in our heart. That is what we want to do, is to support you. So our goal, we're supporting home educators and their families. We're here to encourage you. We're here to give you resources and information. Now that's especially important here in the state of Pennsylvania, where we have some things we need to do with the law, the homeschool law in our state, and sometimes it gets a little confusing. So one of the big things we do here is explain the law, make it clear so you can follow it easily. There's lots of videos about it, lots of posts and stuff here and articles about it in our e-news. But that is one of the main things we do. But we also give you encouragement, tips, biblical worldview thoughts, all sorts of things to support your family in your homeschool journey. These things help you in your freedom to homeschool. Knowledge to do what you need to do. That's like following the law. But freedom to do what God has called you to do, right? There's lots of freedom in what we're doing in homeschooling, even though we do have some hoops to jump through with the law. So anyway, back to CHAP. So lots of people think that CHAP is only a convention. I was guilty of it when I started. We know our thing is, hey, are you going to CHAP? Are you going to CHAP this year? Thinking that CHAP is just the convention. We do hold a convention. It's a large convention, and so many people are encouraged by it. But believe it or not, we are not just a convention. So it is a long-standing event, but there is so much more to us than just the convention. So we do serve you all year long. These are ways that we equip, connect, and encourage you. We have many events, so not only convention, we had Capital Day, we had Whistle Stop Tour events, we have the Midwinter Conference, we've had leadership trainings and all sorts of things like that over the course of the years. We have lots of online resources, chaponline.com, homeschoolpennsylvania.org. We have lots of social media presence. We are Homeschool PA on Instagram. You are here right with us on Facebook. We are CHAP Homeschool Pennsylvania 5953 is our call sign on YouTube. And we do have a Pinterest account. I don't know that we're actually keeping that up to date, but we're out there too somewhere. So we're out there. We have e-news and digital magazine out there for you. So really great articles to help you. Right now we're running a series on field trips. If you haven't checked out Courtney's series on field trips in Philadelphia, you've got to check out her resources. She knows the stuff about field trips and doing homeschooling that way. So really encouraging things that come out in our e-newsletter, information, sign-ups for events that are happening. So these are really great resources for you. If you are not signed up for our e-news, you're going to want to go to chaponline.com, and there's a contact button up on the top right, and you're going to want to click on there and hit subscribe to e-news. That is where all of our stuff goes. Like, we post most of it on Facebook. I talk a lot about stuff on my podcast, but every single thing that we get out there with events, information, law-related things, it all goes out on the e-news. So you want to get signed up on that, and you get connected to all those great articles and our podcasts and stuff like that. So that is the place to be if you want to know what is going on with CHAP and with homeschooling in general. We share articles about homeschooling that's going out across the nation, just to keep you in the loop on what is going on. If you did not know, we are also available to come speak at your events. So say you have a library event coming up, or you have a how to homeschool meetup that you're doing with some of the moms in your neighborhood, or something like that. CHAP people, volunteers, are willing to come to your events and to speak about various topics. We could talk about how to get started homeschooling, or if you have a specific topic in mind that you would like to talk about, or even, biblical worldview on education and things like that. We are here for you, to support you and your community in their homeschooling journey. So like up in Bradford County, coming up really soon, Sarah, our convention coordinator, is going to be speaking about homeschooling up there at the Bradford County Library. So you might want to be checking that out if you're in the Bradford area. So we do things like that. So reach out to us at staff@chaponline.com and put in your requests, any questions you have there. We are happy to answer you and connect you with mentors if you need mentors to ask questions and things like that. We also have a contact form at chaponline.com if you prefer to use a contact form. So those are some of the ways that we encourage, equip, and connect people. Connection is so important when you're homeschooling. It is so hard to homeschool on an island. I know there's people who do it. I know there's people who aren't in co-ops. They're not connected with anything. They're just doing their thing. But we were created, just as human beings, we were created for community. We were created to be together. We were created for relationships. And that's no different in the homeschooling journey. It's very important. If you don't have to go to a co-op. You don't have to be in a formally structured organization to have community. Just get together with people, talk, walk, hang out, whatever, have cookouts with the families, but do something with others who know what it is that you're going through on a day-to-day basis with homeschooling. Because, girls, we all know, dads, moms, everybody out there, it's not easy. It's not easy. And we need that support from each other. So personal, local connection. Like on our website, we have lists of support groups and stuff out there, and evaluators, like I said, mentors. So lots of ways to keep you connected and supported. So those are some of the ways. And if you go and explore our websites, you're going to find a lot of information. Homeschoolpennsylvania.org, great law database there. Really good support with knowledge and information there. protecting you. What does protecting you guys as homeschoolers look like? What is it that we are doing in order to protect you and your right and your freedom to homeschool? So what this looks like is we keep an eye on the education committees in Harrisburg. What are they doing? What are the bills that are being proposed? Will they affect homeschoolers? How do they affect homeschoolers? And then sharing that information with you guys so you understand it and how it affects your homeschooling journeys. We also reach out to those legislators and say, hey, we're CHAP. We are here to support homeschooling families. We would like to get to know legislators. We always invite them to come to the convention to get to know us and have conversations with us. We try to stay connected with folks that are certainly supportive of homeschooling. Some of them are even have been homeschooled themselves. So we keep those connections with Harrisburg close so that when something comes up that's going to affect homeschoolers, they think, oh, CHAP. We better reach out to CHAP and see what they think and keep them in the loop on these sorts of things. We also reach out and discuss things with the Pennsylvania Department of Education. We can communicate with them at times. And so because we do have a public school connection, because we drop off our paperwork and stuff, so there's an understanding between the different laws there. So we're working on those types of things and giving you guys correct information on how to relate to your public school. So we also support parental rights. So we're always looking to support homeschooling issues that are going on, but also parental rights issues because homeschooling is part of the parental rights package, right? So we're always keeping an eye on those types of things and encouraging you out there to be involved with parental rights and being aware of what is going on in Harrisburg. It's good for you guys to be involved with it too. To know what is going on up there. So support. What other types of ways do we support the homeschooling community? Did you know that there's a CHAP Foundation? The CHAP Foundation is where we supply scholarships for 2 graduating seniors every year. So if you did not know, next time on my show, I will be interviewing our winner this year, Chloe Rackley, the winner of the CHAP scholarship this year. And so that is to give them a boost. The CHAP Foundation, we also are different things like that, and they don't have the funds to purchase curriculum, or it's just a real struggle to continue. For some, maybe they lost a job. During COVID, there were lots of different issues like that. So the CHAP Foundation also provides grants. So if you know someone who is in need, let them know about the CHAP Foundation. Check us out at chaponline.com. And you can apply to get a grant if you need one. But so we support the community in that way, so you can continue to homeschool. It's very similar to what HSLDA does with their Compassion program. So our job, like I've been saying, encourage, connect, equip, protect. We're supporting you in your homeschooling journey. We want to encourage you so that you can keep on keeping on, and encourage you to support others and encourage them to keep on. So see how that community thing goes, and we keep supporting each other, and we're this big supportive community. So that is the idea. So you might be wondering, well, how does CHAP do what they're doing? How is CHAP able to give scholarships? How are they able to give grants? How are they able to have these events? Well, we are all volunteer. We do not have any full-time staff at all. We are volunteer folks. The board is all volunteer. We have a communications team, which is doing the social media and the digital magazine and those types of things. We have events teams. We have a convention team, and then all the little events, Capitol Day and all those other things. All volunteers, all people who are willing to give their time to do the web pages, to do emailing, to do the phone calling, to procure speakers, to talk to vendors. All these folks are volunteers giving of their time because they see the value of homeschooling and keeping people connected. We also have a legislative team that we're building. Like I said, we're checking out those bills and stuff. We're building it to make it more robust. So we have more people available to reach out to legislators and talk to them, more people available to keep an eye on bills, more people available to create another Capitol Day. I know you guys loved Capitol Day last year. There were so many people there. There's like 500 people there last year. It was amazing. So we want to be doing that again and creating new things to go on those events. So being involved with that. If you're interested in that, let us know on our contact form. We also have mentors. There's a list of mentors on our resources page at chaponline.com that are there to talk to you. If you need help, you need support, you just have a little question, you have a longer thing that you'd like connection with over a longer period of time, the mentors are there to help and support you. So we want to help you be encouraged in what you're doing. So that is another thing that we are doing. So how do we how else do we function? Joe, I just told you all about all the groups where we have volunteers volunteering. Donations. You can donate to any of the foundation, so we can do more scholarships or grants, or you can donate to our Freedom Fund so we can do more of these events and get more literature out. I know you guys love our law booklet. We are totally sold out of our law booklets right now, and we're working on getting more of them ordered, but I know you love our pens and our swag. I know people have been asking about the chapstick and all those types of things. When you donate to the Freedom Fund, it makes us more able to get some of those things so that when we go out, we can connect with more people and make them more aware of CHAP, and they can take things home with them so they remember, oh yeah, I can go look at CHAP for the answer to that question. So you can support us by donations in that way. And honestly, one of the best things you can do besides attending our events is to tell people about the events. I know there's folks that come to the convention and they love the convention, but they never tell anybody else that they're going, and their friends don't know. But we think that everybody knows because, well, I've been going for years and I know it's happening. So why wouldn't everybody know that it's happening? But you know what? It's crazy. People don't know. People don't know that it's going on. It's been going on for 38 years. We've had 38 conventions, and some people don't know it exists. So tell people, if you're listening to this, tell people about CHAP. Word of mouth is always the best way to go with advertising and getting people to know. So if you think this is great and you want other people to be supported, that is one of the ways that you can support us, is to tell others about us. One of the things that pops into my head, especially about that, is pastors. If you know pastors who are seeing the value of homeschooling and really want the word about homeschooling to get out, or even to encourage a co-op at your church or something like a support group or something, tell them about CHAP. I know there's pastors out there who don't feel comfortable or don't know about homeschooling, and they might not feel comfortable, I don't want to say pushing it, but promoting it because they don't know it really well, or maybe they themselves do not homeschool. That's why we're here. We are here to provide that information for people who aren't quite sure how to explain it to someone else, or not quite sure how to get someone started. So tell your pastors about CHAP. Give them our flyer, and we hand out those little blue flyers at all of our events. Grab those, give them to your pastor, give them to the people that you talk to at the playground. I have a friend that was like, you got to keep some. She talks to people all the time about CHAP and about homeschooling. I was like, keep a little stack of flyers in your purse so that you can just whip one out and say, oh, like here's CHAP. You can connect with them. So next time you come to an event, grab a stack and hand them out. But I'm telling you, if people need support, and you don't feel comfortable yourself supporting them and getting them started, point them to us. We will talk to them personally, or they can check out our videos and our websites and get all kinds of support for what they are doing. So as I wrap up, we're going to wrap up, why does CHAP exist? Why did it come into being? Well, guess what? We've been around almost 40 years. So the cool thing is, next year is the nation's 250th birthday. Well, next year is CHAP's 40th birthday. We've been around for almost 40 years. Like I said, we've had 38 conventions. So it started as a little bitty group called Lucia in Lancaster, where some Lancaster-based parents wanted to homeschool but needed support and needed to encourage each other, because this was like pre-being legal. And they had discussions on curriculum and what to do and how to do this thing. And then once it became legal, then it was a little more open and free to just, let's do this curriculum fair and stuff. So it started early in Lancaster, and then as they grew and grew and they kept having meetups, they realized, wow, this is more than just Lancaster. This is the whole state. So we're going to change our name and into CHAP, and we're going to support the whole state. So that is the history, a very brief history of how CHAP came to be what it is right now. So from the get-go, it was all about Jesus. It was all about, this is what God is calling us to do. The world needs Jesus. I mean, you can see it everywhere. It's really obvious. So that's what we want. It's the best way to train our children to know Jesus, is to have them home with us and to be teaching them all the things. Man, if we can teach them how to talk, and we can teach them how to eat, and we can teach them how to go to the bathroom, I think we can continue doing that, right? And teach them how to read and write and communicate with people and the steps of math the whole way through. Like, this is the best place. This is the best place to train them in their good character. All those things that happen in the home, all those little fights and disagreements and stuff, that is the purpose, is to build good character in us. Are we going to learn from that and learn good character and grow from it? That is the heart of CHAP. We know that the best way to do that is to have everybody at home together. And I'm telling you, talk to me and in my testimony, it has been the biggest thing to help me grow in my character and my love for Jesus, is to have the kids home. So while it's not always easy, some days are easier than others, it's not always easy, it is the best thing, right? So we look to Christ for a purpose. We look to Christ to help us build relationships, and keeping our kids home. Man, those relationships between us and our kids and between the kids themselves can't be any better situation to do that than to have your kids at home. So that is why CHAP is here. We're here to encourage you to do that, to enjoy the richness of life with your kids. So we have a heart not only for our own families, obviously, because we're homeschooling, but a heart to encourage you in doing this also with your family. So that is why CHAP exists. That's why we do what we do. That's why we've developed events. That's why we've developed magazines. That's why we do videos. That's why we answer your questions, because this is the best way to build your family up. And we want you to believe it and to know it and experience it, even through the trials and the hard stuff. So we're here for each other, exactly for those trials and the hard stuff, right? Because we need the support through those, but then to rejoice with each other too when things are really awesome. Or you graduate a few children, and that's pretty exciting too. Or you see them making great choices. You've poured into them for years, and then you see them making great choices, and that is amazing. So I want you guys to experience that. That is why all the volunteers at CHAP do what they do. We all want you to experience the joy of raising your children. Thank you so much, Awana, for your encouragement. We really appreciate being encouraged, because encouraging each other, we just keep on that journey, right, together. So I really, really appreciate your comments. So we're here to support you. We hope that you support each other. And you know what? If you guys want to join the team, be a part of something amazing where you're really helping people to do what God has called them to do, write into us, write into staff@chaponline.com. Contact us on the chaponline.com contact form if you would like to. And you know what? Right now, we're looking for all kinds of things, but I know we have a lot of technical needs. If you're a techie person and like doing websites and stuff like that, we're looking for that sort of stuff. Event planner helpers, convention related stuff, or even just throughout that, like we're looking for someone to help us with answering emails, or at least shuffling emails to the people who need to see them. All the little things. We like, admin to technical to people, all the things. So if you have a heart to help homeschoolers, please contact us and let us know. We will get you plugged in and join this wonderful family. We love doing what we're doing together. And if you talk to us as a group, you'll see that we really love volunteering together. It's hard work, but it's really great. And we're building more relationships with each other, and it's really been a great experience. So ask your questions if you have them. Let us know what you'd like us. If there's an event you'd like us to do, a topic, maybe you want marriage, maybe you want a parenting event. What kind of topics do you want me to talk about, or Ro to talk about? Is there someone you want us to interview on the show? Let us know. We're here. We want to hear input from you. We would like to support you in the ways that you need to be supported. And remember to share about CHAP with others. Word of mouth, best way to get the word out there. Share CHAP with others, especially those pastors who want to support homeschooling. So thank you guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your involvement. Thank you for tuning in today. And that is a wrap. That's all about CHAP. If you have any other questions, let us know and we'll be happy to answer them. Have a great day now. Bye.